Sure.
Welcome back to the Short Kings podcast, the hottest show in Houston. We're happy to be back always. And, once again, bi-weekly, we bring you guys the most entertaining show on the planet, the best show in Houston. And so we're excited to be back.
Welcome back, baby. What is this, episode 9?
Episode 9.
Now, I did see some data. This is the thing that I always tell Ahmad whenever he feels like quitting, because Ahmad's a quitter. If y'all didn't know this, Ahmad's a real quitter. He likes to give up on things right before they hit the pinnacle.
Right before, right? Once we see it do well, I think it's time to walk away.
So I told Ahmad, right? I saw a video where it was like, most podcasts don't make it to episode 25. So
you said 25? Episode 25?
Yeah, episode 25.
Okay.
It might have been 20, but I'm throwing an extra 5 in there just to keep
It's a good number, though.
But so we're on episode 9, man. Shit feels good. Where we appreciate all the support, and it's been a wild 2 weeks since our last episode, bro. There's a lot to talk about.
I mean, it's just so we debriefed before this conversation. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of negative shit going on, and I know you guys chew up the negative stuff, but it's like, we're figuring it out as we run this show right now. How we gonna have play this conversation? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna just have a conversation with you today. I don't even care about the camera. I might talk to him here and there.
Dude, did your PR team train you?
Yeah, they ran me through. They debriefed me as well.
I feel like they were like, Ahmad, don't.
Yeah, they were like, Ahmad,
don't fuck this up, man.
The other guy, he has nothing to lose.
Don't say that you agree with.
The other guy has nothing to lose. You got a lot to lose.
You got a lot to lose.
Let's debrief you real quick. Let's make sure that you got, you're not saying anything to fuck it up. But
you just came from the gym. We're actually shooting this episode at nighttime because we're still on those Ramadan hours.
Yeah.
How's your last week, bro? One more week of fasting, then we could get back to the
a little quick leg day. But I mean, bro, I feel like after Ramadan, we're still gonna be getting more shredded.
No, it's just more so like the night workouts.
Give him a quick gun show.
I mean, bro, I'm wearing a real human.
Excuses are already fucking coming out.
I'm wearing human clothes. You're wearing a 7-year-old boy shirt.
You're dressed like you want to go to corporate, but you got lunch hour after. Which one is it?
That's literally what current corporate America is.
You look like Baljeet that bought his first Jordans. What's going on right now?
Honestly, bro, this is the issue, right? I was just talking to my boy about this. So a couple years ago, there was this trend about sneakers, right? Like everybody was a sneakerhead. Like literally, like that was your fit. Like I feel like it was the most important part of your fit. Everyone was reselling.
It was the most important.
Everyone was super plugged into StockX, and people were treating shoes like stocks, right? They're like, "Oh, dude, I got a pair of the OG Jordan 1s. I'm gonna sell them in like 10 years. I'm gonna make 10x what I paid for them, right?" So my dumbass, I was like, dude, I need a pair of Jordan 1s. I want to be fly, right? I literally could give less of a shit about these shoes now. And I spent like $400 on them.
No, I remember, bro, because we were all like because you got to understand with the prices, we were like, we can get like one.
Yeah, because we had just coming out of college. Like it was like literally like one of my
first big boy purchase.
Yeah.
Was a shoe, not even a car.
I was like, dude, I'm going to take my first check. I'm going to take my signing bonus. I'm going to buy some sneakers, bro. And now I literally was like, dude, should I start wearing these to the gym?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we don't really. And to be honest, I kind of lost interest in sneakers completely. But I'm curious to know, like, bro, what is? And I was just talking to my brother about this. Like, what's popping right now in fashion? Like, I really don't know what to dress to still feel young, almost.
I mean, bro, honestly, the only thing that I know that's popping is like that baggier streetwear, kind of like New York. You're walking on the street. And
maybe when you're like over 6 foot, but when you're on the Short Kings podcast, 5'7" and below.
The baggy, I start looking like a little girl.
Yeah. So, you look like you got, never mind.
You know what's called about, I will say, this is like, I know we don't typically talk about our height, but the funniest thing is like, I always see like shit on TikTok where it's like, when you take your boyfriend's hoodie and it's oversized and it's such a nice fitting hoodie, I never have that experience. My girls half the time, they don't want to even put on the hoodie because they get insecure. Like, why is it look-y tight on me? Like,
she's like, do you have a bigger size? Nah, but I mean, like, to be honest with you, I was just talking to my brother about it because it's like, don't get me wrong. I want to be able to, when I go out the weekend, dress completely different than what I do for work. I don't want it to be the same attire, I think.
No, I think we're also just getting old, bro. We're 26. I mean, I'm 26. You're getting up there.
I'm getting up there.
You're getting up there. So it's like, I think that's a part of it, bro. I don't know if you've seen another thing that I saw, right? I don't know if you've seen, like, you're a gym, bro. Everyone from the gym community now is getting into running. Yeah, literally, two of my favorite fitness influencers literally posted vlogs of themselves getting Hokas, like within this week, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, right, people are so much more concerned with their functional health, and they're like, dude, honestly, like, I like being this big, but like, it's not ideal for wearing clothes and like doing real life shit. And I think part of that is just coming with age, right? Like, don't you think like everyone when they get older, they just like,
you're like, I want to be able to move. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? You have brands like Anaka Power right now that are opening up their own like little running club. And bro, you'll be surprised to be like 300, 400 people that come out to these running clubs. It's a social thing for sure. But like at the end of the day, you still got to run like 3 miles or whatever they're doing.
No, yeah. Like they're like almost like training for like the goal is like you're going to eventually run like a half marathon or a 3K or a 5K. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to get on the vibe though? Are you going to start running?
I've been running for about a year now. See, that's the problem with you is you start something. Is everybody else gonna be? Motherfucker, we've been on this shit.
You have not been running.
Shut your goofy ass up. You see me every day at the
camera,
gym.
Look.
The boy ran a 7-minute mile.
Okay, first of all, it was
fucking posted it all over Instagram like he's trying to apply to the varsity team.
It was a 6-minute mile.
Send it to all of our group chats.
Time out. First of all, the pre-workout is kicking you.
I'm not even on pre. I didn't even take pre today.
Really?
Yeah, straight fucking raw energy, baby. Something you lacking.
That's huge for you.
I need to, give you a shot of that. You talking about motivation? Where's it at?
Wait, whoa.
All right.
Look,
go ahead.
But do you really consider that like half jog, half walk, like as running? Like,
I mean, bro, like I'm not gonna full on sprint after I just grind it.
No,
in the
but
gym,
I'm talking about like distance. Like, be dead ass. Like, because I ran a mile the other day and I was proud of myself, but I'm like, damn, like if I did like 2 or 3 of these, it would be much harder, right? Like, you can go all out on 1 mile, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't done that form of long distance running.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you gotta train for it. Like, you can't just full on run 3 miles like that. The next 2 days in the gym are there you go. They're trashed. Like, if you run 2 to 3 miles just out of the blue, you haven't done it in a couple of years.
Guys, this is the one thing about running that sucks. I don't mean to sound like a meathead, but you do not burn as many calories as you think, bro. Literally, I saw a video where it was like you could walk for 20 minutes and you'll burn the same as running a 10-minute mile.
Yeah, but it's more about mobility, right? Like, you want to feel
mobile
younger.
as fuck, bro.
You're not that mobile. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The way you walked in, you know what I mean? You're not that mobile.
As shit. I could hit a flag.
No, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the older you get,
I can do a muscle up.
Shut your goofy ass up.
What? I'm just saying. Like,
I'm just saying.
Remember last time I saw you do.
You get older and you want to still feel like, bro, I can just, you know what I mean? That it sucks when it's been a year or two and like, bro, low-key, I haven't even really ran like that.
No, like that's what I'm saying. And then like, like we do enjoy the occasional like going to a hookah lounge and stuff. And like a lot of that, like, I don't know why lately when I go to a hookah lounge, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking up my endurance right now. Mind you, like, we're still in pretty good shape. Like, overall, like, I think most people would agree, right? As you take a hit of your fucking little jewel
You just reminded me I needed
you're like, oh.
Breathe air. All right.
Oxygen is not enough. Like,
my vape's done charging.
Okay, wait. But so, we talked, you actually are doing something exciting this week, though. You're going to Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually super excited about that. Just because, one, I never go see any entertainer in their prime. I always tend to go watch the entertainer when it's like they're kind of falling out of their prime. Their tickets are cheaper. So it's kind of cool.
This is like his like biggest show. He's going to headline MSG.
Yeah.
He keeps posting videos with his dad.
He's doing really well right now, and he's also one of the only entertainers that's doing well on multiple
Where are you
platforms. Sitting? The not front row, but like the front area, the first section.
Like the first section?
Yeah.
What if he starts cooking you?
I've been nervous about that. I'm thinking maybe I need a dress, and we should clip this. Andrew Schultz, I'm coming to your show here in Houston, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna wear all black because I do not want the jokes. Like, as much of it, if he hits me with the jokes, it'll be an experience. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if I can handle that level of pressure, bro.
But be honest, like, what if he like hurts your feelings?
No, he will. There's he never made jokes without.
We just see a video. We see a clip come out from like Flagrant. Small Jordanian man tries to fight Ahmad. Tries to fight Andrew at the Houston show.
No, I'll just sit there and like laugh along.
I've never sat super close for like. I sat pretty close for Hassan Minhaj. I was in like the 3rd row, but he wasn't gonna rip me.
Hassan Minhaj, though.
Hassan Minhaj looks at me and he's like, "This guy's amazing. Like, this guy's the one, Like, so he's not gonna try to flame me, but." I went to this random comedy show in San Francisco, right? Very small comedy show. No like crazy headliners, more like local comedians. Bro, the level that me and my brother got cooked was insane.
Did you enjoy it though?
Dude, I had so much. Honestly, this is my best comedy show experience, right? Because we go there, and it's this like in the fall in San Francisco, so it's a little cold, right? And immediately he looks at me and my brother. We're sitting alone at a table, and he's like, "Are you guys dating?" And we're like, nah, bro, we're actually brothers. He was like, yeah, I thought that shit was weird. I would be like, what kind of gay shit are y'all doing where y'all are dating like your fucking clone? Like immediately starts with that, right? He's like, okay. He's like, do y'all have significant others? Like, where are y'all's girls tonight? And we're like, oh, we're not from here. We're from Houston. He was like, yeah, this one looks like he pointed at me. He was like, this one looks like he's trying to get with the white girl. And like immediately the crowd is laughing. And then he's like, be honest, do brown dudes have big dicks? And I say yes, right? And he's like, he's lying. Like he immediately like he's lying.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. When you engaged back, it's like you're giving him the ammunition, but like you actually played along.
It was a smaller club, right? So they could actually hear you back. Like honestly, a lot of the comedians were doing like honestly, that's my favorite comedy show experience.
Yeah, because it's more, everybody feels like one show.
Yeah, because dude, once he got off us to like the other people around us, oh my God, he cooked them even worse. He was making fun of this white dude. Like he was like, dude, like he's like, why do you keep touching your wife like she's about to go somewhere? He's like, you're making everybody uncomfortable, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because they were just doing some PDA, cute couple shit. So, like, overall, like, I thought that was like, you got to check out a small club. There's a small club in Houston. We should go to it.
I definitely want to do that. That's the thing, though. The smaller clubs, I see the clips all the time on YouTube, bro. It's crazy. One thing that's weird about comedians, though, when they start flaming you, is like some of them are pretty funny, but then I feel like some of them, they're actually just straight ripping you. Like,
yeah.
Zero, I mean, like, they're like, oh, he'll understand. But it's like some people don't understand, bro.
I mean, it's just like they are about to clown the fuck out of you, right?
Like, you should know what you signed up
you have
for.
to be a good sport. But like, what if I don't want to be a good sport that day? What if I wake up and or what if like the comedian's like a bitch? You're like, or like, I'm saying a bitch, like he's not shit either. Like he makes fun of you like physique.
And that happens a lot at these clubs, bro.
And then I'm just like, I would literally be like, who are you?
The thing is, you can't have a verbal warfare with these guys. This is just what they do. That's their sport. Like you're just giving them ammunition,
Would you be down if this next pod, right? If one of our videos generates 100K on any platform, right? We'll do Instagram, YouTube,
whenever the clips,
TikTok, one of the clips hits 100K, right? I think me and you both got to go do improv one night after Ramadan's over.
But I think that's your dream.
No, I mean, why can't we go together? Like, it'll just be a fun, like...
I'll go support you.
Nah.
Okay, you want us to do both?
I mean, like, I'm down, but I'm saying if you're not down, you could obviously come and support me, but I think it'll be a good, like, kind of wager.
Okay, sure. If we get 100,000 views on one of these clips... Okay, we will go and we will do a stand-up show somewhere. Probably Austin, I think, is a good place to go and just
like how do you? We'll look into the details later.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool like little. Did you hear me? I almost said Vager.
Yeah,
my Pakistani just slipped out. There
it's a white, guys. It's a white.
It's so the common word that's hard for us Pakistanis is the W to a V.
Yeah,
we
look at the V and the W whoop
well,
it's
ass. Because a W looks like two V's connected.
But you're saying it. You're not reading it. Bro.
I mean, it just you were wired that way, bro. I don't know. What
is it like? Is there a specific
no
reason, like
not a specific
words that you guys say? Is it do you guys say that in Urdu? Is it switched in Urdu? Is
no,
See,
not at all. Like I'm telling you, we just struggle with W's.
All right.
I don't know. You know who else has been struggling though? P Diddy is on the fucking run right now, bro. This is what we're getting into the negative, right? So to give context to the audience, right? P Diddy has fled the scene. He's in, I believe, Cape Verde, but basically he's at a location now that doesn't have extradition from the U.S. And he's getting accused. The allegations are pretty hefty, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's getting accused of sex trafficking, tracking in firearms. The conspiracy theories are even worse because they're saying that he used to throw these parties where he trafficked these girls and he had cameras in every room and he would basically create scenarios for celebrities to fuck up. And then he would hold that against them. First of all, right, just to open the floor to you, what did you think of this story? What's kind of your like overall thoughts about the situation right now?
I mean, we've heard this story before, right? Where it's like you set up these these parties where you invite a bunch of high level celebrities, right? And a lot of crazy shit happens at these parties, underage girls, just a lot of illegal activities. And the owner of the party, in this case, Diddy, has a bunch of cameras that are, throughout the house, and you're capturing a lot of these high-level celebrities doing crazy stuff that you can hold against them. Now you have power, connections. You're strong-arming these celebrities to getting your artists to get what the collabs that they need. And but it eventually, we've seen this happen so many times where the empire always falls apart. My biggest, I guess, interest in the story was, why are none of Diddy's homies saying anything?
Well, it's because I think he did that shit, right? And they most likely are already been caught in
Yes,
camera.
but silence is way worse in this situation. Like DJ Khaled now, he's facing the whole being silent on Palestine. Now he's facing the being silent on Diddy.
Well,
he got to start talking.
I mean, the only time I hear him talk is when there's like food in front of him. You feel me?
Like, please.
But
Thanks,
I mean, bro, I wouldn't be shocked though if it turns out that Diddy has something on everybody, and he's like, if y'all say something, you think I'm gonna go down alone? You know what I mean? Like, I got a video of you doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? And like, I think I mean, bro, even between like Jeffrey Epstein and these things, it's like, bro, these people in Hollywood are weird, bro. And I think that like, because like somebody's like an artist or an actor, we have this like innate thought to be like, oh yeah, like this person seems great. Bro, they do a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
sure.
good at a job. Some of these people are like literally just good
But see,
looking.
this is where it really hurts you as a creator or an entertainer, when you try too hard to play the middle guy. I'm not on this side or on this side, or I don't have an opinion or anything, or I do what I'm told. Because then you get situations like LeBron James, who now in 4K is saying, yeah, Diddy's parties, man, I'll be at that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was a terrible
We be getting
look.
lit, you know what I mean? And that's LeBron's biggest problem. LeBron just wants to say what everybody else wants to hear. And it's like, bro, here's the thing. We don't expect a basketball player to be the person to tell us what to do, right? Or have strong opinions on everything. But it's like, you know that a lot of people look up to you, bro. So like, at least understand what you're saying before you say it. If you've never been to the party, don't say you were there.
If you've never seen a Liverpool game, stop trying to name off the players.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. What do you gain from saying that you know the Liverpool players?
I mean, bro, like, right, like I'm gonna tell you, LeBron's a bag chaser, right? So for him, and this is what most middlemen are, they're essentially trying to maximize the bag by not burning any potential relationships, right? LeBron's like, yo, doesn't P Diddy have? Isn't he over Ciroc?
Yeah.
So he LeBron's probably trying to get into the alcohol space. Fellow, someone in the industry. He's like, bro, Diddy can be a huge hookup for me. And like you said, though, now it's that shit's aging like milk, because it's like, have you been to one of these parties, bro? Were you partaking? And like LeBron has a pretty crystal clear, like in terms of like, he hasn't been caught up at all in his fame, right? But it goes back to like,
all I'm saying is, if you stand on what you believe, and that's the only time you vocalize it, that's when you can last longer, build true audience. That's why, we see people like 50 Cent, when he has an opinion on something, he vocalizes it, whether people, want to agree with him or not. He's been relevant for so long, bro, because he's true to himself and his content and the stuff that he says. And if you're not like that, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of fame, you're gonna make a lot of money, but eventually the empire will fall and you will fall with it, because you weren't true from the beginning.
I mean, bro, honestly, we should have known P Diddy was weird when he started dating his son's ex.
I mean, bro, at that point, like, I didn't follow. I don't follow Diddy like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he was a weirdo. I just found out he was a weirdo last week.
I never paid attention to him. I never listened to, like, he's an artist. Right?
Yes, but he was also...
I've never listened to a P. Diddy
song. He also has a record label where a ton of these artists are under him. And like I said, strong-armed the entire operation by, getting a bunch of people involved in this fuckery, just like Jeffrey Epstein. And because of that, he's able to really get his artists out there and just literally crack the business code in the most illegal way possible.
I mean, he hoed the shit out of his sons. Because basically all 3 of his houses got raided, and he fled the scene, right? Somebody tipped him off. Somebody was like, Diddy, they coming for you. He got the text.
So what do you think when they raid these houses? What do you think they're looking for?
I mean, bro, for sure the firearms. I mean, I'm not sure if you would catch them in the act of sex trafficking.
No, they're not going to catch you.
They're
trying to find evidence for it. They're not going to catch them in the
so
act.
For example, apparently he has cameras in these rooms. I'm sure there's footage associated with those cameras that could probably prove a lot in court, So it's like, I want to say it's stuff like that, but like you said, they're going in daytime. What the fuck is going to be happening daytime in their houses? I just think he's such a hoe for not taking his sons with him. Because imagine like your dad dips and SWAT team.
No, and it's very similar to the situation that's going on right now with the documentary that came out on HBO Max. I don't know if you've seen it. I think you might have seen it, or at least saw clips of it. Quiet on Set, where this is a documentary that highlights a ton of the child actors that we've all grown up to watch, like iCarly, Victorious, Drake and Josh, a ton of these 90s and 2000s shows that we grew up to watch. And this documentary was absolutely insane, bro.
I mean, this is the one that I think emotionally hurt our age group a lot because, bro, essentially, right, between Amanda Bynes, Drake Bell, they all like Amanda Bynes is more so like her coworkers telling the story, but Drake Bell, from Drake and Josh, one of everyone's childhood show as like being young boys at that time, right? He's coming out explicitly talking about the sexual assault that he experienced on set and on his time in Nickelodeon. Then Dan Schneider, who this is the guy who I remember as a kid, his name popped up at the end of every credit scene for so many shows.
He was on Good Burger. I don't know if you remember.
Good Burger, Drake and Josh, the Amanda show or Amanda Bynes show, whatever it was called, iCarly, just to name a few. But he was like the executive producer of a lot of these shows. And turns out he's a fucking weirdo, bro.
So why do you think that only the failed child actors are speaking up? Why do you think none of the existing actors and actresses that were a part of this whole scheme, why are they not standing up? Do you think it's because it risks, what they got going on right now?
I mean, I don't know, dude. I do think that could be a part of it, right? To bring controversy to what you have going on currently. They might just be like, I also don't think that they all experience the same thing. I think what Drake experienced is like the worst shit, bro.
The failed child actors dealt with it as well, but because they were cut or got, they either quit, got rid of, whatever their case is, just didn't work out. Now they have nothing to lose. Right? They have nothing to lose. So it's like, okay, I'm going to speak up about this. But when you're like, Ariana Grande or because Dan Schneider was very close to, he had favorites, right? And so if you were a show that really brought attention to Nickelodeon, you knew that Dan Schneider was really close with those cast members, right? So the iCarly guys, the Victorious guys, Drake and Josh, right? All these guys were extremely close to him because they were his varsity team. They were bringing in the revenue. So there's no way those guys didn't get abused, right?
Now, so with Dan, it's weird, right? Because nobody has come out with sexual abuse. It's more so like he was just weird in terms of like he's making very inappropriate jokes to these kids. He's I believe like there's a lot of documentation and like videos that have come out now of the behind the scenes where he's like trying to hug Miranda Cosgrove from the back. And it's like Miranda Cosgrove is like a child. You know what I mean? And once again, I don't want to like overanalyze shit like that because it's like they could have had like a father-daughter relationship. But now that people have come out and talked about how weird he is and the weird things they did where he would try to include footage of girls' feet in shows for no reason because he has like a weird foot fetish, like shit like that. Right now, everything is under a microscope. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it has to do with that. I know they all experience like a different level of abuse, right? But like Drake, for example, I am like, to go back to your point, it is very, I don't want to put myself in his shoes because you can't imagine going through something like that. But it's like, why is this coming out now, right? Why, when it happened and the guy went to prison, Drake wasn't named in the charge. It was an anonymous charge of the dialect coach or whoever who actually assaulted him. So why in 2024 is he coming out now? And then two, it's like Drake hasn't been squeaky clean either, bro. He just got out of a case where he was like talking to where he was talking to a kid and he was in a kid's DMs for. I mean,
it happened to, we see these crazy situations where like it happened to you as a kid and that becomes a norm to you.
Yeah, I mean, the cycle of pain, right? Like the cycle of trauma makes trauma. We've heard that story 1,000 times, right? Whether it doesn't even have to be something like sexual assault. It could be something like domestic abuse where a lot of times when people grow up in households of domestic abuse, they think that's how shit's supposed to be.
Yeah, but it was weird to me because in the documentary, they really highlight almost the evolution of Dan Schneider throughout as the shows continue to evolve. In the beginning, he wasn't always like this. He was this nice guy, fun energy, and he evolves into being this dark guy to where when he enters the set, things get really quiet. The kids get nervous.
I think it's because the kids were getting older, bro.
No, but we're talking, these are the evolution of shows. So there's newer shows with still younger audience.
Young cast,
but it was because he was continuing to get away with more things, right? And there was an example of like, this is how it all started. He would like jokingly be like, hey, you want to come and give me a massage here real quick? I'll put you in the show. Yeah. It's like he's saying it as a joke. He's laughing. It could be a joke, but then it evolved into like straight up sexual abuse, verbally and physically, right?
Yeah.
Where a girl will walk in, like there was a writer on the show that walked in and he was like, wait, didn't you, used to sell your body parts for money? She's like, no, what the hell? And he's like, that's just what we heard. But it's like, there wasn't a joke behind it.
That's
it was like,
crazy
now I'm just
conversation on
abusing you.
set,
Yeah,
yeah.
now I'm just abusing you. And it's weird because when you're at the top like that, you're selecting who's around. And so now you're just breeding a company where everybody there is also weird as hell, right?
I mean, they're condoning this behavior, right? Because if anyone called them out, I'm sure you just fired them or didn't include them in the next project.
And a lot of these kids, bro, they're supporting their families. Like we saw the one kid on there, the black kid who said, man, I was trying to get my parents out the hood.
I mean, bro, and that's where it goes to like the whole industry of childhood acting, right? Our children acting in these TV shows, bro. A lot of times, bro, I do believe that the parents are taking advantage of the kids because they're looking at the situation. They're like, if we could just power through this, like, yeah, this is a little weird. Like, our life is changing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is on Disney. This is on Nick. Like, this,
Damn.
yeah. Whereas, bro, these kids are, bro, imagine making these decisions at 14 years old, bro. Think about a 14-year-old right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I can't imagine like, you wouldn't even know that someone's verbally abusing you.
Yeah, you're just like, this is just my superior, and I have to listen to
This
him.
guy's the director. He keeps making jokes about my body developing. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. Like,
But
you know
everybody
what
did understand that it was an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah,
That's the
I mean,
weird part.
that's the thing. You feel uncomfortable because your body naturally feels uncomfortable when you're in a position that I'm telling you, your body knows when you're somewhere where you shouldn't be or you're experiencing something you shouldn't. You know, but how many of those kids were going home and they're like, I don't know, mom. He keeps talking about how I'm a beautiful boy.
And some of them did, though.
Yeah,
some of them
yeah,
did. Some of them did tell their parents, but it was like their parents also were in this weird situation where it's like, I don't want to go to the police because it makes it seem like I'm not looking after my kid also. And it's an embarrassing situation.
I mean, bro,
for
I
my
told you the
family.
parents are winning at that point in terms of like their life is changing, but they're vicariously living through their kids. How many of these kids actually had like made parents? Like, they're
But
already
I don't think that's the reason why they don't whistleblow. Like, they're not, like, you're not going to accept your child being abused and be like, yeah, but I'm getting my bills paid. Like, I feel like no parent would be okay with that.
No, you're right. If it's in front of them, they never would. But I think like the whispers of it and the shit like that, like bro, it kind of goes back to like, think about when you had like a job when you were younger. I don't know if you ever experienced this, right? But like, for example, when I used to work like retail in high school or I was a waiter in high school and I would randomly get like bitched out by my boss and I would come home and tell my parents, you know what my parents would say? Bro, it happens. Like, like you need that job, like be respectful. Like, you're using the money from this job to pay for your car. A lot smaller scale, right? But my parents were never like, quit that job. Like, that manager should never talk to you like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it just kind of gets brushed under the rug when it's in that gray area, like,
we don't really know what's really going on. A lot of the parents didn't.
yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, that shit was just depressing, bro. Like, that's why I'm honestly like, that even like looking up shit for the pod and watching clips of it, I was like,
yeah, it's definitely a sticky situation. But I mean, it sucks that it took this long to come out. But it's like now at least some of these. I don't watch any of the kid shows anymore. I low-key watched an episode of iCarly after that today. The new iCarly that.
But yeah,
came
like
out.
the adult one.
Just to kind of see the vibes. I don't know. I was just interested. I'm like, let me just see the vibes. But you can't really tell. Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
No. I mean, there's no way, bro. And also, like, because of social media, I do feel like everything's a lot less. That's one of the beautiful things about social media. Honestly, there's so much. There's like another eye on everything.
Yeah.
Like we always talk about like the concept of like fame is kind of dangerous because you can never get caught slipping anymore. Well, yeah, you can never get caught slipping as a terrible person either.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, it just
like,
depends on if you cover your tracks, and it sucks that it's like that, bro.
Dude, I mean, honestly, bro, between P. Diddy and Quiet on Set, all I'm going to say is Hollywood is fucking weird. This even goes back to what we were talking about with fucking, from over the years, bro, Jeffrey Epstein, the random Michael Jackson scandals, Leonardo DiCaprio only dated girls from 19 to 25. I think the one thing that's confirmed to me is that there's a bunch of weirdos in these movies and you just got to enjoy the shit as it comes, bro.
Yeah, and it sucks that I don't like these conversations, if I'm being honest with you. I know we're doing it because, you know, it's the hottest topic and it's just such a rough conversation, but it's like you also do have to shine a light on it just so that a lot of these shows coming up don't try to funny shit. You know, don't try to funny shit.
I mean, bro, now I hope that the movement that comes from this is that there's like a lot higher level of surveillance on these kids' shows. Whether that means more parents being around, whether that means more just overall like people can call shit out easier. You know what I mean? Like
we are evolving though into a generation now where most of the child creators now are they're individual creators, right? And they have a very small team, and their parents most of the time are pretty involved, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of pushing away from that, you know, old school television where it's like these guys are taking your kids away from you for
X amount of time,
seasons on seasons, you know. And so you know, but speaking of creators, I don't know, you know, what you have in mind, but I do want to jump into this because it's a very interesting conversation for me. You know, speaking of creators, there's a specific creator on the internet that goes by Young Fellow Arab, who's I believe is from Houston, Texas. This guy travels the world and he creates content where he enters dangerous areas, you know, and meets with the cartels, with gang members and gang leaders, where he interviews them and he's able to get more intel on how they run their operations. And this guy was recently kidnapped in Haiti, right? By a gang that he was originally going to that country to interview their leader. His name is Barbecue. Don't get why. It's a goofy ass fucking name. But he was kidnapped and held for ransom for $600,000, which I did my research on some of these kidnappers and kidnap situations. That's actually a pretty low amount for an American citizen.
Yeah, if I kidnapped an American, I would have been like $1 billion just to see the vibes.
So
you know?
You're looking. I think you know, I guess I did more research on like pirate kidnappings. They're usually you're looking at anywhere from $5 to $10 million, and they negotiate down to anywhere from.
So this guy gets captured. From my understanding, he was released, right?
Shut your ass up. Why you say it? From my understanding?
No, like he's been released now, right?
He's been released.
So did they pay the $600K?
So I don't know. So the guy, he posted on the internet that I'm sorry, it's just the way you said it.
I'm asking a question, man.
He's like, from my understanding. Well, shut your goofy ass up.
I was like, am I tripping? Like, I just
felt like it felt professional a little bit.
I'm not bad, bro. My bad.
I'm sorry.
I turned into, it's almost Monday.
So Young Fellow Arab, he came out with a tweet saying that he's been released and that he was held in Haitian desert in this concrete small area with barbed wire around it. And he was praying to God and that he's been released and he's not going to speak on it just yet, but he will tell the story, of course. The real question is, will this put a stop to this style of content for him, or will it like push him to do it more?
Yeah, dude. I mean, basically his MO is that when he travels the world, he's putting himself around a lot of danger, right? For essentially views.
Yeah.
If we're putting it in the most similar term, and this is the one time where it's gone bad, but I mean, obviously, like he's still alive. I don't know if they paid that $600K. My question to you is, one, do you think that like this is going to make his channel grow?
Of course, dude. A lot of the reporters that do this, that like there's a ton of reporters around the world that travel the world into dangerous environments. Bro, if you read their comments on YouTube, they're almost a hero. Like the comments are like, I give you so much respect for doing this. Thank you for showing us this area of life that we don't know exists. You know, you're such a brave person. So it's not like, I expected the comments to be like, you're
dumbass,
dumb. You're dumb. Yeah, you're
like,
dumb. What did you expect? Idiot.
Yeah.
But like that's not what the comments are showing. And I guess there's an audience for journalism that really truly loves digesting this kind of content.
Well, did he interview Barbecue?
I don't think he interviewed him, bro.
Damn, Barbecue held him on the interview?
He held him on the interview, which is surprising because it's like you got to be a low profile, or I mean, they say it's not a low profile gang, but you got to be a shitty gang, you know, to do this. Like because then now nobody's gonna want to interview and put you out there. Because one thing that's really true is a lot of these gangs actually want the fame. It's surprising when you watch these videos. You're like, why is this pirate telling us how his operation works? Makes zero sense. Like they'll tell you, oh, this is how we kidnap the ships, and this is typically the price. You know, and when I looked it up, it's like they want people to take them seriously. They don't want you to think that because of the poor country that they come from, that this is some scandal that the U.S. or whichever country that they kidnap from can finesse them into getting their people
put some
back.
fear out there. They
Yeah, like, hey, bro, we're a
fear-mongering.
legit business.
Hey, I'm legit.
Yeah, I'm for real.
We
bro.
got 600K off of Fellow Arrow.
Yeah,
and he didn't get no interview. Scared, could be scared.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you've seen like Captain Phillips, right? That guy was held for like what, 10 million, and at the time, piracy was going crazy. There was a group of Philippine guys, you know, and it was like, I think 9 of them. Is it Philippine or where did we go in Bali? Indonesian guys. It was 9 Indonesian guys that were kidnapped and held for 4 years, bro.
Nah, you ain't holding me for 4 years. Let me tell you that.
Bro, but it was so sad, bro. Watching these guys.
I'm going Liam Neeson on motherfuckers.
And you gotta understand, these guys are poor anyway, so they can barely afford to feed them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to figure out if this Arab dude got the 600K paid for. Cause
maybe, bro. Maybe
we might have to see him in Houston.
It depends on how much the gang is willing to stand on business. Because like sometimes
it's hard. They get scared of the U.S. if some like sort of U.S. diplomats start.
Because what happens, bro, is whenever a story goes viral like this, actually a ton of different organizations offer to help. But in kidnapping situations, there should only be one line of communication for negotiations. And so, like, whoever's doing it will tell, like, Red Cross or whoever's trying to get involved, like, hey, stay out of this because you'll fuck this up for this guy. Like, there needs to be one line of negotiation. He needs to understand if he wants to talk, he has to call us because it makes things more tricky.
Yeah, because then they're doing, like, counter offers and shit.
Yeah,
they're like, yo, Blue Cross, Blue Shield said 1 mil.
Yeah, and you got, you know, and it's just like,
yeah, y'all said 500K. Yeah, and then they call Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and they're like,
bro, we sell insurance.
we don't even do this. Like, yeah,
we sell insurance.
We pprovide corporate insurance, bro.
I don't know. I haven't talked to no pirates.
I mean, there was this one company where I was unfamiliar with their name, but
his profile picture, he was on a ship.
Yeah.
I might have saw a ship in there. I just didn't really take it that seriously.
Dude, the Blue Cross Blue Shield people are some hoes, bro.
Why you say that?
They always take it out fucking checks, and then I'm take it out of my check, and then I still got to pay these fat ass deductibles when I go to the doctor.
Yeah, no, dude, fuck that, man.
But yeah, dude, I sidetracked a little. But all I'm saying is that I think that this dude, I hope he learns his lesson that you don't need to go into the most dangerous areas.
But bro, you're giving him the thing that everybody knows. It's like a lot of these guys don't care about that. It's like the people, like let's say it's a surfer who gets bit by a shark, bro. A lot of these surfers will be like, I'm going surfing tomorrow, the second I heal. Some people don't. Once they are face to face with that danger, it almost gets rid of it for them. They're like, this is the worst situation that can happen, and it's not likely that it will happen. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, that's one way to take it, but you find out the hard way one time, man. Also, side note, I heard someone say the other day, shark-infested waters. I was like, you know, they live there, right? Like, all water.
Like, it's human-infested.
Yeah, human-infested. We be home.
That's their home.
Yeah, like, imagine someone comes into your crib and there's like, it's an Arab-infested house. This house real Arab-infested. Like,
it's like, bro, motherfucker, you in my house.
We live here. Like, but in terms of, what's his name? Fellow Arab?
That fellow Arab.
The message from the Short Kings is, bro, just chill. Enjoy some time at home. No more gangs. No more gangs.
And we'd love to have you on the pod, bro, because it's an interesting story.
Yeah, let us break the story.
I mean, bro, he doesn't care about that, but we just want to. I want to have a conversation. I'm actually very intrigued, bro. I've been watching these pirate documentaries and these kidnapping documentaries, bro. We just want to understand, like, what's the, like, why are you doing this? Because this guy was a streamer, bro. He streamed Fortnite, and then he completely switched into this, like, bro, it's like night and day.
I mean, bro, it's just, I'm telling you, bro, once you have that audience, you want to keep them as long as possible. And you don't think these Fortnite dudes are enjoying watching this guy go to the most dangerous parts of the world? Like,
yeah, I mean, you can't get more interesting.
You can't get more interesting.
You literally
than
cannot
that.
get more interesting than that.
And mind you, they were plugged in on Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're lame.
And it depends. It depends on the country, man. Some kidnappers will treat their hostages better than others. Like, I don't think that Haiti was treating him good. So that's why I'm just interested in the story. I
mean, that's what I want to know your why, and I also want to know what exactly happened, like in detail. Like, did they take you into a room? Were you getting ready for the interview, and then all of a sudden someone put a mask over your head? Like,
was like, yeah, you're actually staying here.
I'm really just thinking about movies at this point. Like, that's what I'm saying. I want to.
Yeah, it's like it's a world that you can't even begin to imagine. That's why this guy's getting a high out of it.
So you're telling me he's not about to stop doing this? Is what
I don't
you're saying.
think he's gonna stop. I really don't think he's gonna stop. I think he's gonna be more cautious. But the whole game of this type of content is risk taking. Every time it's a risk. It's just like when you skydiving. You know, like every time you jump out, it's a risk.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I just don't understand fucking with your own life, bro. I'm real big on like you only live once, and like, you know, like I don't believe in reincarnation at all. So it's like, yeah, like it's just like, but you know who needs to stop?
Who needs to stop?
This bitch ass dude named Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my god.
So Kendrick Lamar does what he always does, right? He goes on a 3-year hiatus. He starts some rap beef for no reason. And then he brings himself back to relevance through this beef, right? So he's coming at me right now, bro. Because he's coming at my two favorite artists, Drake and J. Cole. And I don't think he understands, bro. Like, I might start rapping too. Like, for real. Like, I got some bars for Kendrick, for real.
Bro, I mean, look, we all understand that Kendrick, he's a great rapper, bro, but it's not even in the same lane as Drake. And he's been trying to battle with Drake, bro. The amount of times that this has happened, it's started since 2013 or whenever, when Drake actually put this guy on. He put him and A$AP Rocky on. And then, you know, it was kind of cute in the beginning that the fact that their beef was elevating both of them. But then Drake started playing on a whole different... It's like Drake is a mainstream artist. If we're talking who's the better artist, Kendrick can't even compare. You can't even begin to play with Drake in that field. If you're talking about rapper, yes, Kendrick's a better rapper. That's not what Drake's doing. You know, Drake is not trying to out-rap you, bro.
Bro, thinking I'm over that narrative too.
What?
Everyone's like, dude, Kendrick got like bars though. If the song not good, I'm not listening to it.
Yeah, like I don't care.
give a fuck how good you are.
I'll
at
go
rhyming.
read a book. I don't care about the story.
Dr. Seuss had mad bars in that case. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, but it was embarrassing. And throughout the years, bro, Drake has tried to squash this beef so many times.
I know, bro.
He'll upload a picture.
He'll
upload a picture of them together, or he'll give him a shout out at his show, and it like literally a month later, Kendrick will use that as an opportunity.
I mean,
to
bro,
diss him again.
even this right there, they in the song First Person Shooter, they literally reference themselves as the big three, like giving him flowers for no reason.
Yeah, which you don't even
you don't even deserve.
Yeah, you don't deserve. You don't
even deserve.
You're
a
bum. A swimming pool. What was it called? Name one Kendrick Lamar bar right now. Name one. Name one.
Sipping, drank, headshot, drank.
That's embarrassing. That's literally embarrassing. And it's like you're trying to compare yourselves to guys like J. Cole and Drake. And it's like you're a great rapper for sure as the sport, but you're not a great artist. You don't have consistency.
You're one dimensional.
You literally can't keep up with the best. You're talking about a guy that has put on so many great bodies of work for so many years, nonstop. He's the most hardworking artist of our decades, right?
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's just active. You know what I mean? And he's active. And when I say that, that's Kendrick Lamar's biggest flaw. Boy put out, like, in my opinion, he has 2 good albums, right? And Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn.
Which each one has maybe a couple of songs.
But they're like years apart, bro. They're like years apart. Like, Good Kid, Mad City came out when we were like early high school, bro. Damn came out when we were at the end of college.
Yeah, like I'll put Kanye over you any day. Like any day.
I mean, I just think that like rap in general, like it has this energy of like, oh, like we're gonna start beef, we're gonna spit. Like, y'all are artists, bro. Just like I've never understood.
No, it's
this
fun.
shit.
Don't get me wrong. We like the beef, but it's like it has to be consistent. It has to be like, for example, I don't like to see the guy that comes out of the blue, out of nowhere. You've been silent for 3 years and you're going to tell us you're the best. You're not the best. You know you're not the best. And if you do, you're just delusional.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's just a clout. It's a clout climb.
Yeah, and it's a little bit embarrassing.
Like, bro, like, for example, the song on Metro Boomin, apparently Metro Boomin and Future have beef with Drake too. Shut up, side characters. They're like, that's their most streamed song on the album by like 2x. Like that is like their, like, it's over double the next song, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine you worked so hard on an album and this one dude talking shit is taking over the whole album.
How do you feel about, like, and I know this is like probably, you know, they respect this in rap, but how do you feel about, like, let's say your biggest rap beef is with another guy and like, but he's on my song talking shit about you, but we're boys. Like, you know, like Future's song, Kendrick's talking shit about
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Drake.
Apparently Future's not boys with Drake anymore.
Is he though? Is
No,
he
apparently
not,
this is we're in a rap civil war right now. I've seen a bunch of graphics where it's like it's Drake and Kendrick at the top, and then it's like these other artists that are supporting them. You know, so J. Cole.
And you already know Drake really wants Future on his side. Like he will do whatever it
let's
takes.
be honest. What a Time to Be Alive is Drake's greatest collab album. It will not be topped. I don't give a fuck about Her Loss. Drake's that's my favorite collab album that they had. You know, remember Scholarships, all that shit. But in general, I think in response, J. Cole's about to eat up Kendrick because J. Cole can do this shit for real.
He can do this shit. The thing is, will he do this shit?
Yeah, because he's all of a sudden on his peaceful wave. You know what I mean?
Now he's like Tupac.
He's
right
distributing positivity right now.
But he does be, taking side missions out of nowhere. You know,
No, I mean, I hope-
I didn't think he was going to be a basketball player, but he really did it. You know what I mean?
If me and him scored roughly the same amount of points in that side mission, so I wouldn't give that to him. Mind you, J. Cole's my guy. He's like one of my favorite artists. I put Drake over him because I feel like I relate to Drake more now.
You do not relate to Drake.
What do you mean?
Well, how do you relate to Drake?
We live very similar lives, bro. You wouldn't understand.
That is true. That's true.
You live more like
oh yeah, what you about to say?
I would
Watch your
say
tone.
Lil Yachty. You know what I mean? Like just kind of
Trippie Redd, Machine Gun Kelly vibes.
Yeah. I live more like Drake. Like, you know what I mean? But I do think that I hope that this does provide some firebacks and they don't just let this shit slide.
Yeah. I mean,
but I'm not gonna lie. If I was Drake, I'd be like,
it is a little low though. It is a little low to release it after Drake saying he's trying to retire. Like it's a little low.
Drake's not gonna retire though, bro. Do you ever fully retire as an
bro,
artist?
when you put on that many bodies of work, like as far as retiring from the consistency, he's doing what Kendrick's doing, being a retired ass, whack ass swimming pool but can't swim looking ass artist.
I just think that Kendrick I just think that Kendrick's bars weren't even that good. Like Big 3, Big Me. He called them a bum. He said For All the Dogs, Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, like that
shit was kind of hard.
I don't know.
He said, bro, For All the Dogs.
Why are you switching
Cemetery.
up?
I'm just listening to
You're so PR trained, bro.
What do you mean? I just said the bar out loud and it's like,
this boy, you guys saw live. This is live, bro.
Look. For example,
he just switched up.
He said, I'm just giving him credit where it's due. Like, I'm still Team Drake, but I'm just saying that For All the Dogs, this is a pet cemetery.
That's a little hard.
That's just a little hard. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get in the studio with Drake and J. Cole. We're gonna come up with something. I already got it called Can't Swim.
Can't swim.
Can't swim. I will say, you know who else is having trouble swimming right now?
Ooh.
Are you familiar with the baseball phenom Ohtani?
Yeah, you actually sent me the clip about this guy, which was a really interesting story. If you don't mind giving context to the audience real quick.
It's what I do. I'm here to provide context. So Ohtani, right? He's the best pitcher in baseball right now and the best hitter.
What team does he play for?
He just moved to the Dodgers. He signed the biggest contract in baseball history, I believe, or one of the biggest. I'll preface that. One of the biggest contracts, right? So Ohtani is Asian. I'm honestly not 100% sure what country.
He looks Asian. I'll tell you that.
What country of Asia he originates from. So let's just call him Asian, right? He doesn't speak English. So he always has the interpreter with him. Alex Pereira type, This guy's talking for him, yada, yada, yada. They start noticing the interpreter's lifestyle is a little bit more than you would assume an interpreter should be making, right? Yeah. And you're like, interesting. So somebody starts looking into this guy, right? They're like, okay, how is this guy making this much money? Like, did he come from money? Turns out my guy was making a ton of bets on Ohtani. Like, he was doing a lot of sports gambling. They start looking into that even more, right? Because it's like one of his very close people is making bets. It's like, imagine me betting the under of like, oh, Ohtani's going to pitch 6 innings. Then coincidentally, Ohtani only pitches 5 innings. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then he gets the payout. They start looking into it. These are direct wire transfers from Ohtani's account.
Which is extremely stupid to do.
Yeah. And then at first, right, this is where Ohtani really fucked up. At first, he was like, oh, my interpreter's my good friend. He has all these gambling debts. I was trying to help him out. they broke that shit real quick because they realized the transfers were going directly to the bookies, and then the bookies were making bets, and the money was being transferred back.
I just don't understand, why would you use someone that's literally directly a part of you? Like, if you're gonna do this crazy scheme, at least hire someone who has no associations with you. Like, this guy's on camera with you.
Like literally,
not just
right?
does business with you, he's on camera with you.
So shit's hitting the fan now, right? Everybody is saying what you're saying. So Ohtani then changes the story. He's like, no, he was stealing money from me.
Oh, that's a low blow. Oh, man.
So then now they fired this guy. But mind you, he said he was stealing money from him, and then a month ago they're like sitting next to each other in the dugout, like.
That might be a PR situation.
No, for
it's
sure.
Like, hey, bro, this whatever the fuck, he's helped us out. He's done a great job, but it's either your career or we just
and this is the equivalent of like Luka. Like, if I'm bringing it to NBA terms to describe it to the non-baseball fans, it's like a scandal against Luka right now, and then essentially Luka was throwing games for money. Right? And baseball's trying to keep this hush-hush because this is their next star.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what we were talking about, though. Bro, if you're an athlete, right? Ohtani's dumb as fuck. We'll put that outside. Because, bro, you were going to make
so much money.
Damn near $1 billion playing baseball, right?
So much money.
But, like, bro, think about the players that are kind of fringe, right? Like, their career is going to last 4 to 5 years, maybe, right? Bro, there's a bet for everything now.
Yeah.
There's a bet on, like, what color shoes is Faison going to wear to the pod. There was a line about that. I don't know if you saw it. But you know what I mean? Like, there's a bet on everything now. There's a bet on everything now. So it's like, bro, and to bring another example, Michael Porter Jr.'s relative, who's also in the NBA, very similar situation. He's a bench player in the NBA. He just got caught directly checking himself out of games where he was like betted to play X amount of minutes or score X amount of points. But my thing is, bro, if you're a professional athlete, and you have like a 3-year lifespan at this job where you got to make as much money as possible, right? Why would you not throw the game? And it goes back to what I was saying. Sport gambling is going to ruin sports.
Because then, let me tell you why it's a really dumb decision and why you shouldn't do that. At that point, let's say you already kind of know you're not really going to have a career. Maybe this is the best decision for you. At the end of the day, it's a crime. It's illegal to do this. So whatever money you make, they will literally lawyer up and drain you. It's not worth it. It's not worth the amount of money that you're going to get out of it. Let's say you spend doing this for 2 to 3 years. You're going to do it at a small scale because you don't want to get caught. What? You pull in a couple of million, bro, the lawyer fees, they're going to drain. You're going up against the NBA.
But my thing is, bro, I just think that too many people are getting away with this shit.
Sure. Yeah,
sure. Because, bro, think about it, right?
Like drug dealers.
Bro, if I'm an NBA player, right? Which I almost was one, if we're being honest. I made JV in high school. but look, imagine, right? I get Bunky. Bunky's my barber. Nobody knows that me and Bunky have any sort of relation to each other. No, but
once again, he's associated with you. Now, if you went to Bunky and you said, Bunky, do you know a guy?
Okay, let's say Dro, the other barber that works here. Dro has no association with me at that point. How are they going to connect these dots where I'm like...
No, but it can't be... It shouldn't even be in a facility that you go to.
The point that I'm making is like you can get to the point where you're having someone... Bro, I could have
You're saying it's possible to do this.
Yeah, I can have
Very possible to do this.
To talk to a bookie, or I could have you tell your cousin to talk to a bookie in Vegas, and we could set this up to where we're making 3x every game because I just got to hit like 2 3-pointers or some shit, or I got to not hit 5 3-pointers. Because I'm going to tell you something. In basketball, you can't make it on purpose, but you can miss it on purpose for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, here, all I'm saying, bro, is it's possible to do, 100%. At the end of the day, it's illegal. Just like all illegal activities, you can do it, bro.
When did you become a fucking
I'm just saying,
cop?
Bro, you want a drug deal? Go drug deal. You'll make a ton of money, but are you going to get caught? Most likely.
Yeah, but that's what
Most likely you will. If it's worth it for you, by all means do it. But you will go to jail. You will be drained by lawyer fees. And it's just...
Bro, these are the people... You're talking about the people that are getting caught. I think that although athletes are typically not smart, if a few of them just grow some brain cells and they can figure out a way to easily do this and have it not be traced to them, bro. Because there's no way they're going to be able to keep up with all this shit, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah. Think of all the betting apps that we have at this point, bro.
You have them. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we don't have it, but you know what I mean? Like it's like, think about that, bro. It's so easy to do this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm telling you, sports is over. And now the conspiracy theories are going to start to fly. Was LeBron really hurt in game 4? did that boat crash into the Baltimore Bridge on purpose?
Whoa, that was a good transition. That was a really good transition.
I
You haven't
know.
had a good transition in like 3 episodes. So I'm just I'm really proud of you first and foremost. You know,
They call me transition. Whoa. So a tragedy occurred last week where the Baltimore Key Bridge was actually taken down because a shipment container boat lost power and it hit one of the structural foundations of the boat, causing the bridge to completely collapse.
Yeah.
Right. And first of all, crazy turn of events in terms of like losing the power at the moment that it did. I do want to get into, obviously we know it's a tragedy. Did you think there's been a lot of review of the footage of this accident happening and the angle that the boat hits the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Were you kind of sussed out about the angle?
100%, because we see the boat take this kind of turn a little bit. They turn the lights on. They see that they're kind of steering away. So they turn the lights. I mean, they make the
power
turn
goes out,
and then they turn it off again. And then they go towards the bridge, turn it on, make sure they're direct, turn it off, and then run into the bridge. It made no sense. First of all, if you know that the boat could risk hitting the bridge, why not keep the light on the front line?
Well, they're saying they lost you're saying the lights of the bridge.
No, the lights of the boat.
No, they're saying they lost power.
So why is it turning on right when they feel like, oh, now we need to shift a little bit?
No,
this way,
and that's where,
off.
and then the angle that they come in at, it's like when you miss a turn while driving, you know, when you're about to miss a turn and you're like, oh,
yeah,
you're like, oh, I wasn't paying attention to my GPS.
Yeah. No, it's sus as hell, bro. It's sus as hell. And like, what makes it more sus is the fact that, you know, immediately, of course, our president says we're going to pay for all damages, meaning that which companies are going to get this done. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of investors to invest in those companies because they know it's going to happen. Now, we can sit here and do all these conspiracies, but it's sus. You don't think so?
You know, another thing that says,
wait, do you think it's sus though?
Yes, of course. I think it's sus as fuck. You know, another thing that makes it even more sus. The power went out, right? There's some crew members on the ship. Apparently, they were able to get into contact with first responders and have them shut off the bridge, like the drivers on the bridge for the most part. I believe most of the victims are people that were doing construction on the bridge,
sure.
Right? If this happened, so like, bro, it seems like this happened in a moment of minutes, right?
Yeah.
How in the world would they get communication out to first responders to block off the road?
And the only people that are on the bridge just happen to be low-income people.
Like, you know, like people that are not going to be like, there's not going to be
to
a
the world,
huge, yeah.
Or to the country.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's another like nuance factor of, I was just confused on how they were able to get these communications out so quickly, bro. We live in Houston. Ain't no road being closed, bro. So there's an accident every day where I'm like, oh, the cops need to get here quick, bro.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I'm completely sussed out by this. My question is, what's the why, right? You brought up government funding. I'm assuming the bridge is like city, like it belongs to the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The architecture of the city. So it's like, how is that going to benefit the city? Did they need some sort of funding?
Benefit the city. So once again, for example, let's say they understand that, okay, we need to get more money. One thing we can do is set up this situation where we crash the boat into the bridge, right? We know companies X, Y, and Z are going to be the companies that are going to work on this project and get it resolved, right? So now their stocks are going to go up. Cool. Now, everybody that's in on this, we're going to invest in these companies maybe a few months before, maybe a year before we know that this operation is going to happen. And then, you know, we crash into the bridge. Immediately, we're like, we're going to pay for this fully. We're going to get this resolved. We're going to hire company X, Y, and Z. Everybody that is invested in this project, obviously stocks go up. They make a ton of money.
Yeah, and that's where it's like,
and there's no way you'd know.
You wouldn't bat an eye.
You wouldn't know, but it's like we live in a world where as human beings, bro, we can tell when something's just not genuine, right?
And the way the bridge fell, bro, too. I just didn't.
Oh, you think that it was something else besides just the boat?
So there's like
crashing
little,
into it?
no. So the in the breaking points, there's a small charge. And I saw an overanalyzation of the videos where people are saying that there's power lines that run through the bridge and that's what you're seeing. But it looked a little suspect. You know what I mean? Like, why are there power lines running through the bridge at these specific points of breakage?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, like you said, bro, it may be a long-term scheme that they're
Do
not.
we know if there was a ton of people on the boat?
No, there wasn't. Small crew.
Oh, there was a small crew.
And they have enough food for the next 28 days. So they're like, because they haven't even been able to get off the boat yet.
What do you mean they haven't been able to get off the boat?
I mean,
so
from
the
the
boat's
last
still
from the
stuck?
last I saw, yeah, the boat's stuck, and they're like doing. They
So
gotta
they can't get the
They gotta get the
crew members
bridge
out?
off the boat. Yeah. And then they get the crew
Wow.
members
And they just
out.
happen to have enough food to last.
They were going on a 28-day mission.
Okay,
so,
I guess
you
that
know,
makes
You know
sense.
what I mean? So they have food because they just left and they decided to hit the fucking first bridge that they saw. Dumbasses. Like, imagine like, all right, bro, we just undocked.
I mean, like, because, bro, let's be honest. Yeah, we are the type of people, you know, like everyone loves a conspiracy theory. And of course, we're going to try to, when something that's just doesn't happen often will happen. Like, who knows, right? Like the boat could have just, everything could have been true, right? It hit the bridge, but it's just, it looked fishy. It just didn't look genuine, you know? And there's too many, there's too many red flags in
There's
this
too many
situation.
just holes. Like a lot of, I almost feel like, thank God that there wasn't a bigger tragedy in the situation in terms of like, I'm saying like bigger tragedy, like 6 people died, you know? But like, I feel like it could have been even so much worse, and it feels almost orchestrated to minimize any
Yeah,
sort of
and we live in a
liability.
world as well where a story like that that's it, it's over. Like, have you seen anything about the bridge recently? No. No social media will post it. No, we haven't gotten any updates. Like you just said, that I didn't know that there's still people in the boat under the bridge. Like that's a story on its own. Like, and I'm pretty sure some people have covered it, but why is it not mainstream?
No, and bro, the media.
It's gotten to the point where we don't even need a very sellable story. We can put together a project, debrief everybody on it, and go and do it the next day.
I mean,
we know
bro,
that it's only going to be viral for a day. Who cares?
I mean, bro, media dictates. These media outlets have so much power, bro, because they dictate what you see, what's a big deal, what isn't a big deal.
Wow, though, that's insane.
The power of news, bro. The power of these outlets is insane.
That is a tragedy, bro. Just too many crazy things have happened these past 2 weeks. It's insane since the last
You
time.
know who else has crazy power?
Who?
Hamzat Shemaev. And he's actually bringing that power front and center because he announced his fight with Robert Whitaker.
Which I think is a comedic
Some point
fight.
in the summer. Well, it's the fight that we discussed that Dustin just went through.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because Hamzat Shemaev is coming for the throne. He's not as much of a newbie as the guy that Justin fought, but Robert's also like he lost one, then he won one. He's
Getting washed up, bro. He's not gonna. Me and my brother were talking about this the other day. It's like, bro, there's no way he's gonna keep up with Hamza Chimaev. Like, say the last name? He's kicking my ass right now. Just say
Bro,
it.
he looks like your cousin. Why are you
That
getting
doesn't mean the name. He's Russian.
Hamzat Shemaev.
Chimaev. Why he kicked your ass for a second too?
Okay.
Yeah, but Dustin Poirier maybe might have a chance against Hamza Chimaev, but like,
Oh, you're saying Robert Whitaker.
no, I'm saying Poirier would, but
Poirier,
Whitaker
like,
would not.
155.
Whitaker cannot keep up. But what is he gonna do? Okay, he's gonna try to strike Chimaev. He's gonna take him down. He's gonna ground and pound him. He's not gonna be able to keep up with him on the ground. If it's gonna even, I would argue that Chimaev would stand up with him like he did before with a ton of other fighters and prove to him first that I can stand up with you. And then when I need to take you down, I'm gonna take you down. Now we know that Robert Whitaker has great ground game, but I don't think that it's
His game ain't that great.
exactly.
On the ground.
That's the
It's
point
a
I'm trying to
little-
say.
it's a
Like,
little hyped up.
I'm tired of
If
people
you
trying to
struggle
sell.
taking down Izzy,
They keep trying to sell this idea that, but this guy's got like,
You don't got that Russian shit.
Volk got great ground game, bro.
You don't got
We're
that
not
Russian
talking
shit,
about
yeah.
ground game anymore. You're talking about these Russians, okay? These Russians, it's not ground game. It's called smash.
Yeah.
all right? There's a difference. The whole different game that they play. It's called smash. It's called I'm gonna get the single leg, whether you want me to or not. There's no defending the single leg.
yeah, dude, this might be Robert Whitaker's Twilight Zone fight, bro. Because I feel like Hamzat's gonna walk through this dude, bro. And you know one thing that I hate? I'm pivoting a little, but it's my fucking podcast. I'm gonna pivot if I want to. But Usman, right, fought Hamzat Chimaev, lost, right? And Usman has this way where he's just like, yeah, dude, honestly, I got in there with him and he wasn't as strong as I thought he was going to be. He took you down in the first minute.
Because Usman is such an egotistical fighter, bro. And I think that he was a great fighter for sure, but he's washed up now. We know that he's not strong-headed as we thought he was. The second he lost the first time, you could see him crumble crumble like the coward.
The
that
weight
he
of the
is.
world had been lifted off of his
I just called
shoulders.
Usman a coward. That's crazy. But
No, but all I'm saying, bro, is you know what? This is my message to fucking Dana White and the UFC, right? Because I feel like we're right there next to Ariel at this point, right? Stop doing these short notice fights. The reason I say that is every time the fight happens, regardless of how it goes, the fighter that loses, which most of the time is the motherfucker that took that shit with no training, oh, I took that shit on 4 days notice. I took that fight on 4 days notice. So like, I what would I do with, bro, you got head kicked and knocked out.
Yeah.
That happens
You can't
no
come
matter
back
you
from
do
that.
a 16-week camp or a 6-day camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Usman, oh yeah, dude. Usman wasn't, Chimaev wasn't that strong. If I had a camp, what was your camp going to do that was going to prevent that takedown?
See, but that's what I like about the UFC.
Right.
I think the beautiful thing about the UFC is they literally create every fight you can possibly think of to the point that like they're just running out of options. Like I think Dana White's investing more time in recruiting new fighters at this point than he is setting up fights because everybody has fought everybody. Like, there's no way you can avoid a fighter that you know the fans want you to face, right? We know that. It's like Whitaker and Chimaev. Like, fuck it, bro.
Yeah,
Throw him in there.
The thing is, Chimaev can't make 170 anymore, right? So he's coming up to 185, and they're not gonna give Adesanya Chimaev because
Yeah, because you don't want to see your hero.
we don't. None of us
get
want to see.
dismantled.
None of us want to see that.
We don't want to see the style bender get bent up.
Like even same with Pereira. They're never gonna give Pereira to Chimaev because we just know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I
and
mean?
they're really trying to build Pereira up. They really want to see Pereira become.
Dude, side note, I'm not really loving this dick riding by the UFC about Pereira.
Dude, I said this last. You tried to be like, no, but they're trying to sell this monster version of him, and I was like, bro, I get it, but he's not like.
He's headlining UFC 300.
That was my argument.
He
last
got here
time.
last week. Maybe I listened to the pod and I agreed with you. but
They're trying to sell Pereira because it's all they have right now. You know, we're into this weird transition period, right, where the younger fighters, they haven't built a name for themselves, and they're not as dangerous as, you know, the top dogs right now. Like, you look at Sugar Sean as kind of the only guy that came out of that class that's really some sort of danger.
Ilya
And then you have Chimaev, right? And that's it. Who? Maybe Islam, but Islam's getting old too. He's like 30-something. So it's like we don't really have a young roster.
Nah, bro, we got dogs.
Who?
We still got dogs.
Come on, give me a dog that's like, this is going to be the next
Bro,
Conor.
Ilya's 27. He just
I'm
beat
talking.
Volk.
I said the next Conor. Don't ever disrespect Conor like that.
I mean,
again.
okay. He's not going to be the next Conor. You're going for the moon. And you're saying who's the next Michael
That's
Jordan?
what we need, though, bro. You're talking about
You gotta settle. You gotta settle for some like the one step below Connor's, the next Max Holloway.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because those are the guys that stay in the game long
No, but
term,
the next,
bro.
I would argue the next step would be like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. You know, these guys are the next step below that, where it's like maybe they don't have the personality as much, but they're such elite fighters.
There's
to the
never
point-
gonna be another Connor though.
You never know, though, bro.
There's never gonna be another Connor, bro. To have
a different
that,
version of him, maybe, bro. We had
because I think that the concept of this guy who's confident, talks crazy shit, and then goes and becomes the first double champ in UFC history. That was lightning in a bottle moment for the UFC.
no, but we might even get better because we started out with guys like Chael Sonnen, crazy funny guy.
You're talking about skill. Yes, we're gonna get a lot better. We're gonna get those guys, but I'm talking about just having everything fall perfectly in place, right? Where they beat the Jose Aldo and win the featherweight championship. They go and fight Chad Mendez. You know what I mean? All of those events had to happen for Conor to get to his pinnacle moment where he's like, I want to take a second to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. The double champ.
Yeah. Like we're not gonna get that. I get you.
That's a legendary moment.
I'm saying we might get better though. I'm saying because bro, you're looking at a younger fighters who've been doing this longer. They've been doing jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and striking since they were like 5, right? They're arrogant. We might get more personality, bro. I really, truly believe the UFC is going to bring that. I just think right now they're in a transition period.
I think Dana White needs to do something about these Russian dudes, bro.
Why? Do you think they're making the fight, the UFC a little boring?
No, so this is the thing with the Russian dudes, right? They're great. But for one, they don't speak English a lot of the time, right? Which is, I feel like I sound like an American prick when I say this. But it's hard for them to sell fights, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like another thing is that their style of fighting is wrestling dominant. Wrestling dominant is the most boring thing to watch, if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see rounds of nuts rubbing on backs.
Just
if we're being
straight
real.
domination on the ground, right?
Yeah.
I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
like, you know what I mean? Even Khabib, I love Khabib, but Khabib, he overall had a boring style of fighting.
But he had a decent personality, and I think that's what sold.
And he learned English.
Yeah.
He became huge when he learned English. Like, we just have to be honest about that. You know what I mean? Like, his personality got so much bigger when he was like, I want your chicken, UFC. Give me your chicken. Your chicken.
That broken
fight
Russian
in
English.
lightweight division. When he says that, call out to Conor McGregor. Exponential growth.
Yeah,
like,
why isn't Islam following that?
No,
that
I mean, Islam's
transcript,
solid.
bro?
Islam's
No,
solid.
I'm talking about the shit talking, like, like he did it a little bit with, this is short guy Vic, boy, he's short guy. Like, we get like a little bit of it, but it's like it's not fully there. Like, I feel like Khabib should tell him what he needs to do to become a superstar. Because I heard this statement, and I agree with it. They say Conor didn't need Khabib, but Khabib needed Conor. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, Conor was already a made man. Conor could have left. Bro, Conor could have left the UFC after he became double champ.
We know that Conor didn't need Khabib.
Yeah.
But do you think Khabib needed Conor? Do you think if it wasn't for the Conor fight, maybe he could have fought somebody else and made a name for himself the same way he did?
And I mean, bro, it's not even just the fight. The spectacle of jumping out of the crowd and hitting, what's his name? Conor's boy. I'm blanking on it. Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis with the flying knee coming into the crowd. The commotion of give me my belt. I want my belt. You talk shit now. All of that is what made Khabib who he is.
Sure.
He was a great fighter. We know that. But you're telling me that he has 37 million Instagram followers without that?
Well, I mean, bro, I think a big reason why Khabib was so popular is because he spoke the truth, right? And he was this, like, I know a lot of people say he's not that humble, but just that very masculine Islamic personality that he had that, countries like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, all these foreign countries could stand behind. It's like, oh, this guy's like us. We want this guy. And now they're trying to claim that with like Islam. But it's like he's not there, Like,
and then Hamza keeps getting on the mic and telling you, "I kill everybody."
Yeah, Hamzat's got it right though. He's on the right track.
I mean, it's a little too like adjacent to terrorism. You see what I mean? Like, it's too like relax, bro. like just chill.
Like, we want to claim you.
He's
we
like,
really
fuck y'all, I kill everybody. Like, into the crowd, and it's like, dude.
Why didn't you get your fucking script from Jeff Dunham?
Dudes with no mustaches just should refrain from the terms of saying like
killing everybody.
No mass killing should be happening.
Like, you should kill the chicken, not everybody.
Ask for the chicken. You know what I mean? That's the thing that they're missing on, though. I think Adesanya did this really well. I think Conor did this really well, and I think Khabib did it really well at the end of his career. As a champion, bro, you have to control your fighting, like your fight. Each time Adesanya won, he already had the next fight made. He's pointing at the dude. He's telling him, he's like, you're next. You're not shit. I'm going to get you. Oh, Whitaker wants to smoke again. I'll give it to Whitaker again. He's controlling the path of his fight. He's controlling when each one happens, right? These guys win now, and they're like, oh, yeah, whoever the UFC gives me. That's a terrible answer, bro.
Yeah.
You literally just confused everybody.
Well, they don't understand yet the idea of building a narrative,
bro,
right?
Leon Edwards, right? He beats Usman the second time. Why did he not make a call out? If anything, he was kind of ducking Kobe Covington. He's like, I don't really want to fight Kobe.
Because you're talking about a guy that didn't expect to win. The guy was barely trying to survive the fight. He didn't know that he was gonna head kick Usman and he was gonna drop like a fucking dead chicken. Like, bro, literally.
No, but I'm saying the second time, like he beat him the second time too. Like,
you're talking about the second fight.
So, but I'm thinking from there, right? He could have easily been like, I want XYZ next.
But I can argue that maybe he didn't believe that he was going to win the second fight either, because he also didn't think, as I said earlier, Usman's the type of fighter he doesn't have heart. Like, the second he lost the first time, he didn't feel like he had it in him.
We're gonna have Usman on the show one day, right? Like, you are talking.
I mean, bro, I'll tell
you just called Usman a coward. And he doesn't have heart. Dana said that
coward's a little bit.
What do you think of their podcast, by the way?
I think it can grow. I think it can grow right now. No, because bro,
you hate their
I'm not gonna watch it and then immediately be like, yeah, it's not that great, but there's a lot of ways that it can get better. One, Henry Cejudo needs to just shut up. That guy talks too much, right?
Dude,
he hits the word count every time.
This just happened to me an hour ago. I was at a restaurant.
He needs to stop sucking dick.
No,
he's sucking Usman's dick too hard.
I mean, dude.
He's like, Usman, right? You remember the fight that you? Yeah, I did. Yeah, well, he didn't even want to
Dude,
fight.
should we try to sound more like everyone comments that they love Usman's voice on the pod? Should we try to sound more like stoic in our approach?
Well, he's a fighter. He can back it up. It's like
that's
for you,
not, you don't have that. Like,
yeah, I don't. Neither do you. It's like, why would we want to hear you talk like this when you know what I mean? It's just
my thing is my slip ups would happen. Like I'd start off the first 20 minutes like this, and then I'd all of a sudden be like, no way. All I'm gonna say is, I was at a restaurant an hour ago, right? From 2 tables across from me, there's this guy of smaller stature, and he's being loud as fuck. Like he's like screaming across the table and shit. Like mind you, he's sitting in a group of like 10 dudes.
You gotta say small stature though,
because I finally understood.
like the whole point is you gotta ride for your people.
No,
bro.
but I finally understood that short dudes do be doing too much.
You have to.
Yeah, like I finally
It's
understood
ingrained
that.
in our DNA because it's like you could get caught by a leopard, bro. You gotta appear bigger than you are.
Yeah, like this dude's screaming and shit, and I'm like, dude, there's people like studying around us. Like, calm down. I take that back to Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo's the guy on the podcast that it's like, bro, let the pound for pound #1 lead the conversation.
Yeah, like if I saw Henry Cejudo at like.
Dude,
like
what are you about to say?
like at a taqueria, and he, he kind of looked at me sideways. I might have to handle him.
But you're not handling shit.
But yeah, I'm not. But the point I'm trying to make is if I saw him, I would assume I would think I could.
Come on, all I'm saying is our most viewed videos are UFC videos. Right now, our closest dream is that we might do a collab episode with these guys, and you're literally just shit on both of them.
Well, because we're just having fun here. They know that. They get it.
They don't know
there's
that.
only a couple of people there's only a couple of people that would take shit personal, and Usman would be one of them. But I don't even care about Usman, bro. I don't want to interview Usman.
You
I
want
don't care. Fuck Usman, bro.
You want to interview Usman?
Hell no, I don't want to interview Usman, bro. You didn't do shit, bro. You can't do shit to me too, bro, because I'll hire fucking Sean Strickland to whoop your ass any day. Sean Strickland would smack Usman up, bro.
That fight's already happened and Usman won.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. That was before Usman realized that he was a joke. Once Usman realized he was a joke, he stopped winning.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is I love Leon Edwards. If Leon Edwards can be here during that episode, we might need him.
I'll talk to Leon Edwards. I think Leon Edwards is a cool guy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna interview the people I want to talk to. Like I genuinely am interested.
Okay. I'm just. All I'm saying is I feel like we already have beef with Strickland.
Yeah, but see,
right?
like that's like there's some people we have beef with though. Like I truly still want to talk to. Like Sean Strickland is one of them. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation.
Sean Strickland would shit on me so much.
Yeah, and I would enjoy. I genuinely would enjoy it though. Like I want him to tell me that, oh, you're not an alpha male, and so you're pathetic, and that it's just funny. It's part of who he is. It's like if you talk to Andrew Tate and he shat on your work ethic, you'd be smiling as he's doing it because you're like, damn, I'm getting the real Andrew Tate right now in front of me.
Dude, Andrew Tate. What do you think about like Aiden? Aiden calls him bald. That's his like go-to joke with Andrew Tate. What do you think about his relationship with Aiden? I think that shit has blossomed into the most like kind of like wholesome thing.
I love their personality, their relationship. The only issue is Aiden Ross is starting to get this weird ego now, as he should, because he's becoming a lot more wealthier and more powerful.
He's like leading an empire.
To where he's almost like double thinking every time Andrew shits on him. He's like,
how much longer do I gotta take this?
No, it's like fun for the content, but sometimes you're taking it too far, and like maybe I shouldn't let you slide with some of the shit, and it kills it. It's like we want Aiden to still play that character of like I'm little bro, I'm the dumb little bro, and you're gonna give me the big advice, You
know one streamer that's really been popping off that's like a Houston from Houston. Sketch. Have you seen Sketch? He's everywhere all the time. Are you tapped in on Sketch?
I'm not tapped in on Sketch. Who's Sketch?
Sketch is this guy, bro. His fame came from playing Madden, right?
Okay.
He says these one-liners. He acts like he's the quarterback while he's streaming. He's like, Tuesday, 46. What a throw by me. Like, he acts like a dweeby, nerdy guy, right?
Oh, so he doesn't, like, tell stories or entertain. He just actually acts like he's in the game.
Yeah. He's like, what a throw by me. Special team, special players, special plays. Like, he has all these one-liners, and he's going crazy on TikTok right now. He did a collaboration with Jinxie. He did a collaboration with Kai now. He just was with the Nelk Boys this weekend.
Oh wow.
No, his rise to fame. I'm honestly shocked that you haven't seen him at all. He's from Houston.
I just haven't been really following the streamers. Me and my brothers were talking about this earlier. It's been kind of hard to find new content creators that have been interested.
So basically, right? Like the reason I brought up Sketch is like we kind of have like Houston has like two of the biggest streamers now. I mean, between Neon and Sketch, where it's like, and the concept of like these guys who are, dude, you see them in these like, bro, like he was with the Nelk boys. He's at a party with them, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like a dweeby, awkward dude. And literally Bradley Martin had to save him from like a girl that was like trying to take him home type shit.
What do you mean save him from a girl though? Like,
because like I don't
she was
know.
coming on to him too strong.
Yeah,
She was
like
probably,
it was very clear that her intentions were like, this is the
I'm gonna finesse the streamer.
This is the next guy that's on the rise.
And how did Bradley Martin save him?
He literally was like, hey, nah, he's with us. Like he's staying with us.
Okay.
Yeah, like she was trying to take him, and then he was like, he literally said, he was like, Brad, you just saved me. I was gonna fold. Yeah, but it's like the concept of these guys, bro. They're so young and they're just getting thrown into like what makes. I guess my question is like, what's the formula for these random guys that become super famous?
I mean, bro, we don't know because maybe
streamers.
you played a lot of video games growing up. I did a little bit, but I never really played like online, so I'm not really tapped in. There's this level of entertainment that a lot of these streamers have when they're playing video games to the point where you just want to watch them. You know, and it's only for us. It's only bleeded through Speed, Kai, maybe Neon a little bit. Where it's like even if they played video games, I'd still listen to their content because it's very funny. But when you're strictly a gamer, like the Sketch guy you mentioned, I personally just wouldn't watch him.
Well, now he's doing IRL.
He's doing IRL as well.
Yeah, like he went to go play golf with Jinxie. It was like, I'm telling you, bro, I can't escape the clips. Like, it's all over my TikTok now because this dude's hilarious. Like, literally, like, he was like, Sketch was like, oh, you follow my, I mean, Jinxie was like, you know who Jinxie is?
Yeah,
right?
I know Jinxie.
He was like, you follow my girl, like, have you, y'all should, we'll link y'all up, y'all could be friends. He was like, some would say next in line. like, you know what I mean? Like he's just such a
the
troll.
nerdy dweeb. Yeah.
But he's such a troll and hilarious.
Also, there's this, the reason why Neon even became famous now is like when they start doing IRL, there's this really cool feeling that we get as viewers when we see this like dorky, nerdy guy
with
a lot of money, getting attention from women, just living this luxurious lifestyle that before this whole streaming shit, we only saw like rappers, athletes.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, right? I'm gonna go get a iced out Rolly.
Yeah,
like come with me on this stream. We're gonna get. And they're like talking to the jeweler.
He's like 17.
The thing is, they're talking to the jeweler in such a different way.
Yeah,
and it's like, how much is that one? Oh no, not that one. Whereas with rappers, we're used to like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
like,
man, I got that shit, man.
Yeah,
put that shit on my side.
Yeah.
So
Ring it up.
You owe me 200. You owe me 200.
Yeah. Whereas these little kids are like, that one's 300K.
Yeah, like they don't even understand.
Should I get that one, chat?
Yeah, they don't understand the value of money. They haven't had any real life experience, and so it's really interesting to watch them, and it's entertaining, bro, because it's like, damn, bro, like they're getting to travel the world. They have more money than your 1%ers in America.
I mean,
right?
bro, like Kai is like, I can't imagine.
See, but I wouldn't even put Kai in the same category as like the nerdy streamers, though.
Well, I mean,
Kai could have been a YouTuber 10 years ago.
Yeah, but there's a viral video of him getting friend zoned by that girl who made the water song. I think her name is Tyla. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, the stream.
I'm not tapped in, bro.
But I'm saying my point is he literally got friend zoned, and that clip is doing amazing. It's literally all over the place because he's like, still playing the loser character.
Yeah. No,
where he's like, oh, can we go on a date? And she's like, come on, Kai. Like,
he's just not acting hard. Like
no, because that's what I'm saying. The authenticness is like, watch me take these L's. Watch me approach life.
Yeah, if I'm scared, I'm gonna show you I'm scared.
It is slightly weird though how much they treat the chat like a person.
Yeah, I mean you have to, bro. That's what makes you super genuine, and it makes the chat feel like.
They're like, what do you think, chat?
And some of them let that shit run their life, but it is what it is. That's how they kind of gain more viewers.
I mean, bro, all I'm saying is this is the start of I feel like these guys are gonna get so consumed with like that, getting that level of feedback on an
my
instant
fear
basis.
is if it becomes, it gets to a point where streaming that's it. It's just streaming, and it's just a bunch of nerdy geeks. Dude, not anything against them, but that's just the type of content that's gonna be out there. It's just gonna suck for people like us because it's like, man, now we don't really have anybody to watch.
Well, that's what's gonna happen next though. The evolution of streaming is gonna be the NBA player doing a stream of his lifestyle.
Now that would be interesting.
The rapper.
But the thing is, the NBA athletes and those guys are not going to be consistent.
No, they're not. You're going to have to catch them in the moment type
Yeah, you're going to get a stream.
Bro, Drake's done a stream.
Yeah, he's done a few streams. They were very interesting.
W's in the chat.
Yeah,
what does he say?
W's in the shot.
Yeah. You tapped into Drake, though.
Yeah, because, that's interesting to me. You know, it's like, oh, Drake's on a stream? That's a little goofy. I'm going to see what that's about.
Hey, all I'm saying is we might need to start streaming this podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine getting live feedback from the... why haven't you made that happen yet?
I've actually been talking to Bunky about getting a new camera. We want to do live streaming, but, then again... Because, bro, let's be honest. We don't cut anything out. So what do we... We put everything out.
We run the shit. We run the shit like one take.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like I don't get enough credit. Kidding.
I mean, we have been getting over 10,000 views on every clip we've been putting out for the past 2 weeks. So,
are you saying what I think you're saying?
What am I saying?
That I'm like an editor for real now?
Yeah, you're starting to get up there.
My video today bombed.
Your video did get 6 views.
I blame Easter. I
don't think anything could blame.
Jesus rose today.
And he didn't watch the pod.
That's what Easter is, right? I think it's something like that. I'm not tapped in, right? Bunky?
I think that's what Christmas is.
No, Christmas is Jesus' birthday. You Christian, dog?
Wait, is it? I thought Christmas was Jesus' birthday.
Yeah, I thought that's what...
Bros,
we might need to cut this part.
Random question, actually. Have you watched the new show that came out on Moses on Netflix?
Dude, I tend to stay away from religious content. Why do you ask?
It was a very interesting show. I watched the first episode. I thought it was really cool. Now, they say in the beginning of the show that, don't take everything seriously. Like, we tried our best to depict
the Messiah?
Yeah, I mean,
is
Moses.
it called the Messiah?
No, it's called Moses. It just came out.
I watched the Messiah a while back.
I watched that one too. But the way this one, so a lot of shows / documentaries on Netflix have been going viral, like the Roman Empire. All these, they've depicted this new style where it's like a full-on show, but then it cuts into documentary form. We'll have like people telling you the story of that person and kind of giving you intel on the scene.
It's like the minute you start thinking like,
I wonder why
someone jumps in and they're like,
exactly.
You're probably thinking right now, what was his background?
And what was interesting about this one is obviously Moses is a prophet that has been in, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. So they have like people from Islam talking about their version of the story, Judaism, people who follow Judaism.
The small differences in
exactly.
the story, right?
And like, because that's one prophet or one person that's been in all the books, right? And so it's just an interesting story because even like for me personally, I don't really know that much about Moses and like
you're like getting to learn about your faith
a little bit. Like I'm not gonna take everything that like, oh, this is what happened, right? But it's just like, hey, I'm interested to see.
I mean, I will say, bro, I feel like that lane is not super tapped into.
Well, because it's a very touchy subject.
I mean, bro, but like bro, how do we learn anything now though?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but once again, it's a very, very risky business.
You don't.
To get into.
I mean, 100% because you can fuck shit up in a lot of ways. Right?
Like, imagine investing so much money into a show, you film it, you pay everybody, you put it out, and then
it's wrong.
Now you have to take it down, and then all that money goes down the drain, and so it's just not. I just think that
the youth are even worse than us. It's hard to get them into these like, a mosque or a church and learn. It'd be cool if there's like more like historical documentaries and things like that. Like, and they could even like preface like the Bible or the Quran in it, but it's like, I think that'd be a very cool way to learn certain stories and what are the great things that this prophet accomplished, things like that.
Yeah. So look, I do want to end this on a good note. So do we have any more topics, by the way?
I mean, I had one more, but go.
What is it?
I was gonna talk about the LeBron podcast, but I think we're cool.
Basically,
on that.
Well, so I know that we've been in Ramadan for 3 weeks now. I kind of just want to have a conversation. Like, what are you trying to do after Ramadan?
I'm trying to get.
Oh, you bro, it's funny as hell, bro. Because the other day I saw some guy this hood festivals. I'm not gonna drop any names, but I was like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" Like. He was like, what have you been up to? I'm like, trying to enjoy the nightlife of Ramadan. He's like, yeah, the nightlife, right? And I'm like, nah, like the nightlife of Ramadan. And it just started, I started noticing like, there's a lot of people that really just once they get out, they're gonna completely go crazy, right?
I mean,
but the
bro-
whole idea is like we're supposed to use this
Grow.
month to not just grow, but kind of
Create
get ourselves,
habits.
create habits, right? But is anything like, are you trying to do anything in particular? Are you trying to go on any vacations?
I mean, dude, honestly, in terms of like growth and habits that I want to keep, I'll answer your first question first. I've been able to kick caffeine pretty much entirely because I'm not drinking caffeine in the morning or before the gym. I want to stay on that, but it's going to be very tough because I do like using caffeine when you're sleepy at work or when you're about to go to the gym. But I'm going to try to hold that on as much as possible. I'm definitely trying a vacation. I do think,
Bro, let's go to Thailand. Come on. I don't understand why you keep saying, oh, I'm down, bro. Let's go to Thailand.
It's not, look, this is the issue. I'm going to position this to the viewers.
Okay.
Mofo. So we went to Bali last year.
Yeah.
My only hesitation with Thailand is I feel like we've had a very similar experience that what we're going to have. Is it going to be a great experience? Yeah, it's going to be lit. But it's just like, I feel like part of me, just my hesitation is I just want to potentially go somewhere slightly different.
But your alternative was Amsterdam, which is a city. It's
No,
like
well,
you're getting there's
I
you're
also
not-
Tokyo is one of my alternatives.
Okay, so Tokyo, if you said Tokyo, I'd have been like, oh, okay, I get it. But then again,
Dude, should we just go to Mexico?
well, dude, I'm just saying.
So
bro,
look, to the chat, right? If you were us and you went to Bali last year, would you choose to go to Thailand this year and double down on the grass, beaches, outdoor?
but I hear
experience?
Thailand is nothing like Bali. They say Bali is almost like a small man-made version of what you might like. It's almost like giving you a little taste of what it would look like in Thailand. Like Thailand is much more nature, and like you're in the heart of a real jungle. Like you're in the rivers of a real jungle.
You know what I mean? That shit scares me, dog. Like, you saw the lizards that were in Bali, bro? We were sleeping with lizards on the ceiling, bro.
Thing is, me and Faizan, right? We had to drive these motorcycles everywhere, right? And I think that part really kind of messed the vacation up a little bit because it was a cool experience.
We've never driven motorcycles.
But it was like
though.
we'd get to this restaurant and I'm trying to enjoy my food at the restaurant, but part of me knows once this meal is over, I got to get back on that motorcycle. And for people that don't know, Bali's roads isn't like your typical, it's like you're on dirt, like potholes everywhere. Like you're going up mountains and coming down mountains. You have like 40 motorcycles around you doing it.
And they're
It's
like honking if you're going slow.
Yeah, like, bro.
And I'm like, bro, mind you, I've literally never driven a motorcycle before that point.
But it's not like the Indonesian guy's problem, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. He's like, dude, move.
Yeah, but all I say, it's a good option. The only reason
Why are you so set on Thailand? Like, I haven't heard your
it's just my
focus
number. It's
change.
just been my number one, vacation spot all my life. I just want to go
Yeah,
while I'm still
you wanna
young.
see the
Well, I have
lady.
the energy to
You want to see the lady boys, huh?
the lady boys. That's what it is. Yes, sir. No, but it's
Yeah.
like I'm young. I can do the adventure shit now, where I can go up the mountains and do this and
Yeah, you don't have that much time left on that.
Yeah, I don't have a lot
chapter.
of time. Yeah, I don't have a lot of
All
time.
right, let's fucking send it though.
Or because if you don't, then I'm
Because
gonna.
I want to do an episode in Thailand then.
That would be awesome if we could do an episode in Thailand.
I mean, it's unlikely. It's unlikely that we're gonna.
No, but if I get a camera, bro, we could low key
mean, just pack
vlog.
these.
At least, what if we released a vlog instead, right? And we introduced this new concept where we release these travel vlogs when we can't shoot pods. You know what I mean?
And we can do some like pod like
People want to
content in the
see what
vlog.
the Short Kings are doing. You know what I mean?
Nah. What about you though? To go to your original question, any habits from Ramadan that you're trying to carry over?
I'm thinking that I haven't been to Austin in 2 years, bro, and I really want to spam Austin this summer.
That's your post Ramadan.
Yeah, like I want to start when I say go to Austin, I'm saying like now I want to start like really going to the lake and
Yeah.
really hanging out at the lake and spending time in the water and adventuring the foods there and going to Joe Rogan's comedy club. And I really want to come out this Ramadan strong, bro, because now I can start taking caffeine again and working harder, trying to make more money. Faizan had a 2-hour conversation yesterday where we got super motivated and he's trying to achieve new things. And I think once we're out of Ramadan, we can really like
Yeah, dude. That's it. That's the plan, bro. That's the plan.
Well, we appreciate you guys sitting back with us once again on the Short Kings episode. Once again, the best show in Houston, Texas. There's no show in Houston, Texas that can compare to the Short Kings podcast. And we're happy to see you guys again. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And thank you so much for joining us again.
Follow, like, and subscribe. Episode 9, baby.
Let's get it.